right, hello everybody. This is Jennifer Crawford coming to show you my Friendly Company website. That is what I named it anyway. I did a nonprofit site for making sure lonely elderly people have someone to talk to, someone maybe to feed them a warm meal, or maybe just come play games with them. So let's see. Anyway, my first section, as you can see, I use this big a picture with a male talking to this female here, and my headline, I said, "Your company is their company," and I hope that stands out to everyone and that it grabs their attention and they want to read further. And so what I did here is I went with different sections of color, and I liked red color because red is for friendliness. And I used a picture of me and one of the ladies that I sometimes go volunteer to see, and her name is Sylvia. So I used Cambria letters, and I made them stand out a little bit. There's a little bit of black shadow there. And then my button I did in white, and it expands. And all of my buttons, I'll show you in a minute, when you click on them, will take you down to the section of the volunteer, to volunteer. So my next section I did in white, and I did black Cambria with a red shadow to stand out. And this one I called Bring Meals, and as you can see there, it expands again. And it will take you to the volunteer section. And then the next section, I went back to red. And I hope this is really colorful. I hope y'all like it. And I called this Bring Treats because seniors love treats. And I still use Cambria. And if you noticed on my pictures, I put a little background of kind of a beige, I guess, on these pictures. But if we go back up to this section, I did a black one to match my buttons. All right, and then this section I went back to white, and I also used a gallery. And this one's like games and puzzles, and once again, all of my repetition should match, like my black headers all have black with a red shadow, and then my other ones had white with a black shadow. And as you can see on my picture, my gallery pictures here, if you remember, we learned how to change these. I can't exactly remember what they were called all of a sudden. But then I also added a black shadow around my pictures to help them stand out and look awesome. And then in this section, my Engage button. And so now I'll click on one of them. And as you can see, it takes you down to my volunteer section. And in my volunteer section, around my header, I did a dotted border to stand out for people to read, like volunteer to be at Elderly Friendlies today. And here over actually in my header and this subheader, I added a red shadow to the background. You can kind of see it. I think it stands out a little bit. And then in this section, it took me getting the teacher's help, but in this section right here at this bottom, I had to put it in list, and then in the list, I did a position of left or right so that it all lined up and it wasn't like all floppy or weird looking. And so this section I did in black as a background so that it would stand out also, and I didn't want it to match my regular sections. And if you click the Volunteer Now button, it's going to take us to the top. But first I'm going to show you my footer here, my Friendly Company at 2022, and I've got the social things on there. So if we click our Volunteer Now button, it's going to take us to the top. And there is our top. And let me just kind of move out of the way here. And for the header or the top, my menu buttons, I have volunteer, bring joy, bring meals, bring treats, play games. And if you noticed, I had them have a white line show up when you hover over them. And so if you click on bring treats, it's going to take you to my bring treats section. And the volunteer button, which this thing is in the way, go out to there, go out. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm trying to, I don't know why that's on there. All right, so if you click on the volunteer button, it's going to take us down to the volunteer section and the play games section. It'll take me to the play games section. And I think I have explained all of my website. This was a pain in the butt. I don't know. It was a pain in the butt, but I cried. It was very hard to get perfect the way that you want it to be. And I don't know if you guys cried or not, but I sure did. And I cried happy tears when I submitted my final project. This was very hard for me, even though I really loved to do it. And I'm thankful for this class and all that it has taught me. And I can't wait to see all of everyone else's videos. So thanks for watching, Friendly Company.